Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Get these lights up a little bit more. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. What's going on over there? Good morning. Good morning. I need to get my light up over here. That light makes it look like it's like the sun is rising. Good. How about you? Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. Just getting kicked off. What day is it today? Sunday? Sunday seems like a good day. Sunday is a good day to talk about cameras. Does anybody in the chat have any questions about cameras? Or are they thinking about purchasing a camera? Let's talk about it. Man, it's Sunday. They're gonna really ask you the same questions. What up, Negative View? Negative View, I can always count on you with a semi negative attitude, buddy. Good morning. How are you? What up, Sam? I came across your live and I'm wondering what camera to use to go live on YouTube and TikTok. I'm actually going live on YouTube and TikTok right now at the exact same time. I'm using two cameras, but you can use one if you'd like. The camera that I'm using over here is an R50, and the camera that I'm using over here is an R10. And I am using both those cameras. I'm actually using three cameras. I got a third one over here. It's this one right here. This is a top-down camera. This is the R50V. But if you're looking to just buy one, I would say R50, R10, and the R50V. I got them listed right here. If you're interested in the cameras that I'm actually currently using, you can find, where are you, Sam? Are you on TikTok? Yeah, you're on TikTok. You can follow the first link in my bio. If you go to my bio page, you click on my profile image on TikTok, you can hit this link right here, and this will take you to my Amazon storefront. And then here I have everything categorized for you. So my cameras that I'm talking about right now, excuse me, are listed right here. I'm using the R50V, the Canon R10, and the R50. If you're going to be doing strictly video, I would really recommend the R50V, this camera right here. This one is spectacular. It's made, look, check it out. Look, it says right here, streaming and TikTok. Yeah, multiple cameras can be used if you get a switcher. Yeah, I use a Elgato Cam Link, and then I use an Elgato Stream Deck. San Orino, thank you so much for the follow. Yesterday, I had a couple of good streams yesterday. And today, no worries. I wanted to ask you, a 10 to 18 for Canon. Do you have the Sigma one? Yeah, I do have the Sigma one. Love it. Thank you so much. You got it, Sam. No problem. Just bought a Sony Alpha 6000 for streaming casual photography. Okay, cool, cool. Just took a screenshot. Nice. I like the R50V. It's super good. It is super good, bro. Canon R50. Yes. Canon R50V also, yes. Just bought a Sony Alpha streaming casual. What do you think about it? It's good for what you're using it for. Streaming and casual photography, 100%. Hello, can you please share your opinion if a Tamron 20-75 good for Sony 6700? It is good. It is good. Hello, can you please share your opinion? I already answered that. It's just bought a Canon R7 with 125 SD card. Nice. What SD card did you get? The V60, I hope. Gaia Branda, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I meant, do you have the Canon one as well? Or I just have the Sigma one. I didn't buy the Canon. The Canon one is a kit lens, 18 to 45, I think. I have a D5200 for plane spotter. What do you think? I think you should shoot pictures with it, bro. Dom Tag, thank you for the follow. Don't remember. Don't you have it with you? Do you have it with you? The memory cards you guys should be buying at the very minimum are definitely V60s. V90s are super expensive. Obviously, they're faster, read and write. But V60s at a minimum. Yeah, V60s at a minimum. YouTube is kind of quiet today. No, it's getting delivered. Oh, okay, got it, got it. Best for landscape photography. What are you thinking about, Nick? What camera are you currently eyeballing? For landscape photography, you know what I'm going to do? I need to write this down. I'm going to create a little Canva chart. A Canva whiteboard of lenses that I like for certain situations. For landscape stuff, I typically like wide lenses. But some landscape photographers like super zoomed in lenses, you know? But personally, when I think of landscape, I think of landscape, you know? A Sony 6400 is great, man. Yeah, you're just gonna want a wide lens, broski. I don't think a 10 to 18 from Canon is a kit lens, or is it? It is. There's a camera that comes with a 10 to 18 standard. I bought a Sony Alpha 67 with a Tamron 20 to 79, but switched the lens for a Sigma 18 to 50. Was it worth it? I think so. If you prefer the 18 to 50. VRYS, thank you for the follow. VRYS, appreciate it. Appreciate it. YouTube, good morning, YouTube. You guys have been asleep? Welcome to the party, YouTube. If you're new here and you're just joining, just answering as many camera questions as I can. So if you have any questions about a camera that you're thinking about buying, let me know in the comments. All I need to know from you is what camera you're thinking about buying, what your budget is, and what you plan on doing with the camera. I like Sigma over Tamron. Me too, bro. Me too. I definitely like Sigma over Tamron. I think Tamron is like it's like a cousin, you know, a cousin that nobody likes. Tamron, they have a couple lenses, bro. The negative view, you might appreciate this or know a little bit about this. They came out with the 35-100 f2.8. That's a nice lens, bro. That's a nice lens. It's the new it's the little brother of the 35-150, right? They just made it a little bit lighter. R5 is vastly better than the A7R R3. You think so? That's interesting. Would I agree? I think so, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, I would agree. Yeah, I'm just worried about how good it's gonna be in low light. Depends on the lens, Nick. If you get a nice, decent, bright lens with constant aperture, you're gonna be fine, man. R50V is what you're using right now? No, I'm using for this view. If you're on TikTok, you guys are watching me on a R50. Right up here is the YouTube view. This is the TikTok view, and this is a Canon R10. And then I have an R50V for my top-down view, which is this guy right here. This guy lets me show my desktop and stuff. Shit, I already got distracted. Fuck. Make a lens chart or niches? Almost all of these. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I would. The thing is, I think what happens. Ooh, look, a highlight. Just allow auto post. What I think is the issue. Negative view photos is people that are like normies, you know, and noobs. What happens is that they buy a kit lens, and they don't understand that, you know, photography and videography needs a certain amount of light, and then they get a kit lens and then they try to shoot in the dark. And then they try to extend or zoom out to like the highest focal range, and the aperture closes down, you know what I mean? And because they're not in this world, they haven't learned that the variable aperture lenses are gonna especially on a crop sensor, you know what I mean? No light is different from low. Exactly. A lot of people, bro, want to shoot in the dark. I remember one person is like, hey, I do night portraits. I'm like, what the hell are night portraits? Like, what's going on? What the hell are night portraits? You are right though. Most of these cameras do great in low light. Some do better than others, but you know, if you got a decent lens and you have some light, you know, you need some light. Good morning, Emerald Lilies. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? And every one of these camera sensors are super clean up, and 200, then you get grain. Yeah, man. You gotta, you know, one of the reasons why I always say to people is like, get the camera that you want or get the camera that you can afford and go out and use it. You know, find out what the limitations to these cameras are, and then see what your shooting habits are. You know, what is it that you like to shoot, film, photograph? What are you creating content in? A lot of people struggle, like the gym bros, the ones that want to film in like dark, not well lit gyms and stuff. Those are the guys that have a lot of trouble, and then they switch to Sony, you know. Then they get an FX30. I remember when 3200 would be the danger zone. Yeah. What mirrorless camera do you recommend for low budget to start? Jarus, what camera are you thinking about right now, Jarus? Hey, YouTube's waking up. What up, YouTube? Oh, this is a fun Dzalonchinsky. Dzalonchinsky. That's a cool name. Dude, I actually ended up buying the Sony A7 IV plus the look at that kit. Damn, 50 to 150 in the Sigma 28 to 45 instead of the A12 and Tamron. I might regret it, but we will. I don't think you're not gonna regret it, bro. You're gonna be fine, man. Use that camera for a couple of years, 1 year, and then maybe the you can get a second camera. You know, you're not gonna regret an A7 IV. By the way, you're the only person in the world that has ever said that sentence. I might regret buying an A7 IV. And people want to emulate these YouTubers, and it's like, dude, the whole gym is lit. They light it. Yeah. Another problem that I've seen is like high school photographers, like basketball sports photographers that do basketball and volleyball. They see these like photographers that work in like college arenas, like university, like the University of Kentucky arenas. That's like it's a very well lit gymnasium with nice lights, and then they're filming at their local high school, and they're like, why do my pictures look like shit? I'm like, bro, because the lights are shit. You know what I mean? It's very, very different. But yeah, a lot of people emulate a lot of YouTubers. That's another thing too that I'm kind of coming to realize is like, you know, these streamers and these IRL streamers, these guys are walking around with A7 IVs, A7 5s, professional cameras, with people that know how to handle them, you know what I mean? Know how to use them, and they have people dedicated to recording their content. Just bought me a ZVE1. Nice. Did you get it in yet? KH Zing King. Nothing to shoot bare ass anymore. It's all professionally lit. Yeah, for sure. It does help to go early to like these gymnasiums. I think it's a pretty decent advice. Like if you're gonna go photograph professionally and get paid for doing a gig, it's a good idea to show up a couple minutes early, 10-15 minutes early, just to get the lay of the land in terms of lighting, in terms of where you can find some decent composition, and also just do some white balance checking. You know what I mean? A coworker just got an FX3 and asked me why his vids look bad, and I said because you didn't light it. Yeah, you didn't light it. You need light. Nobody just records a raw setting. Best camera for streaming, focus on clarity. What camera are you thinking about, Dale? Yeah, what camera are you thinking? I got some people voting. Hasselblad, Canon, Olympus, OM system. I personally would go with Canon, Olympus, and OM system. Let me add negative view photo. Have you ever used an Olympus camera? How long did it take you to make your videos look good, like when you got your first camera? It took me a while, but looking good is subjective, right? So like, what does look good mean? I got my images to kind of look like this after a couple months, just after learning basic composition and lighting and realizing how much light you need. You know what I mean? I have a little mock-up right here, guys. Maybe you guys might think this is interesting. Maybe. I've been showing it a couple times, but this is my office right now, my recording area. And like, these are all the lights that I have currently. So I have this light that's right in front of me right here that I can turn on and off. That's giving me a little bit of a kick. This light over here on this side, I don't have it turned on right now, but when I turn it on, it gives me that light. But then I have a big ass key light right here. That's right here. And then this is showing up throwing a pattern up on the wall. And then I got this little tube light and then this little blue light right here. And then another big ass key light over here. Anyways, I'm demonstrating that to you or showing that to you because it just takes a lot of light to get a nice dialed in image. Do I need all these lights? Like if I kick them off, one of these cameras, the R10, both of them would probably do okay. But to be well lit all around takes a lot of light. Conan, thank you for the follow, Conan. Yes, OM5 Mark II and the EPL8, fantastic color science. Okay, cool. They sent me that army green OM3. Cool, nice. Negative few. I had the OM3. I was saying earlier or yesterday that out in the wild, I don't think I've ever seen anybody use an Olympus, like ever. I just don't think it's that popular in the States. I need a good video cam. Was thinking of an A67 with a Sigma. That's a good one. DJ Hanks. That's a good combo. Hell yeah. But camera mastery is true. My wife just did a shoot for Fuji with the Instax Wide Evo and I lit it. Nice. Is the Instax, that's the one that prints, right? Or is that the new Fuji that looks like a Super 8? A Super 8? The one that's like kind of tall? The one that you hold kind of like this? Hello, Diogo. What you think about the Nikon Z6 III can be good hybrid camera? I think so, 100%. It is a Nikon though, so be careful. Hey, in the YouTube world, we got one Jim Bro. We got one Jim Bro, and no lifestyle girlies. I'm a fan. Studio, I want to switch from Canon EOS 250D to Sony A7 III. What do you think? I think any camera is better than the 250D. Doesn't matter if you go to Sony or get a newer Canon or a newer Lumix or a newer Fuji. You're gonna love the A7 III compared to your 250D. Thank you very much. Just found your stream and it's like the light at the end of a tunnel. Thank you for saying that, broski. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. Just trying to answer as many questions as possible. Right now I am multi-streaming to YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Just trying to answer as many questions as possible, because buying your first camera can be a little confusing, especially if you don't know what the fuck's going on, you know what I mean? Studio, thank you for the follow, appreciate that. What's a budget-friendly videography cam for business? R50V, broski. R50V. There are a couple of people that come in and ask me, like, because I work as a content creator for a firm here in the city of Philadelphia, and like people see me with my cameras and stuff, and they ask me the exact same thing, like, hey, if I just want to get started, or I'm starting a business and I want to market myself, like, what cameras should I get for my small business? And I say, bro, if you're just literally getting started, you don't know anything about cameras, and you don't want to invest a whole ton of money, these R50Vs with some good Sigma lenses is really all you need, man. Is really all you need to get started. And then later on, if you want to get fancy and get like a whole production going, then you can upgrade later. But the R50V is like such a floor level starting point that like you can use that camera for several years and grow into it, especially if you're just creating marketing content for your own little business, you know? Negative view, bro. Lumix punches way above its weight class, man. Lumix does need a lot of love. How is their lenses though? Negative view photo. That's the one hesitation that I have. The L mount. What is better to start? Photography, nature, people, landscape, Sony next, or Sony A6000? At least the A6000. Why is the Fuji X100 so much more than the XM5? Hype and supply and demand. XM5 is kind of cool though. Do you think a Nikon D56 with a Sigma 7300 lens is good for 570? I don't know. How much is that camera worth, Mason? 570 sounds pretty reasonable. I don't know about that camera. Like, what is it actually worth in the used market? Jeez, man. Opinions on the 5D Mark IV. 5D Mark IV, solid. Old school camera, solid. R5 with a 100-500 or an 85-1.2 DS is a beast. Yeah, both of those. I have a 100-500 on my on a long list of lenses to buy one day. The L one, the 100-500 L. Negative view photos, I like a few of them, but there's lots of cinema glass for them, and people use those over native. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. I went to Unique Photo a couple weeks back, and I was holding the Lumixes, the Lumix S5 II and the S1 II, I think it's called. And their lenses are like, I don't know, the ones that I was holding, they were pretty beefy, man. They felt nice. They felt really like dense. I don't know if that's the right way they felt good. You know, they felt good in the hand. I'm currently using an X106 now, but I'm thinking of saving up for an XH2 and a 16-300. Okay, that sounds cool. Bokeh Hub. Have you tried any vintage lenses from way back, like the Helios? No, the only vintage lenses that I've used are from the FD mount from Canon. I don't know if that's vintage though. Is that vintage? 1970s? Lumix lenses are like Fuji lenses. They're heavy, but the quality is too sharp. Is that so? Huh. Yeah, I was just using it at the display stand, you know, but just feeling it and like observing what it felt like. It felt good. The Lumix cameras felt good in the hand. They had good ergonomics, you know. Excuse me. H colors are unbeatable. Okay, Dr. Ace. One day I'll have Hasselblad money. One day I will have Hasselblad money. Maybe they'll send me a camera one day. I'll just manifest that. Not that I want one, but I'd like a free one. I have a Sigma 17 to 40 for my 67. Does buying a 15 prime for landscape make sense, or a 10 to 18? I have the Sigma 12 millimeter, and that's really nice. And I also have the 10 to 18. I think the 10 to 18 would make sense, Max. Keep in mind that it is an f2.8, but if you're shooting landscape, you know, you don't necessarily need like a super fast lens. I mean, I don't think 2.8 is plenty. You know what I mean? Yeah, 2.8 is plenty. But I own the 12 millimeter prime. If you're looking for a prime, if that's what you're after, I have which one do I have? The 12, I think it is. And I do know that they just released the 15, but the 16 millimeter has always been my favorite. This lens right here is really nice. I like this a lot. I was using it for my YouTube view a while back, but it was like crazy wide. You could see like my entire computer screen right here. You can see like the whole fucking thing. Really wide, really good at f1.4 though. I did like it. I did like it a lot. Talking about ergonomics, Hassie on 1, Leica on 2, Canon and Fuji. Okay, Olympus not bad, as Sony, Nikon, don't know. Nikon I think has decent ergos. Sony is a little boxy, but I think they did get a little better over the years. Thanks, bud. 12 might be something I will consider. Yeah, I own the 10 to 18 as well. I can show it to you. Yeah, the 10 to 18 is also really nice. It's nice. It's a nice small lens. It's a little dark right here. But it is nice. It zooms out to 10, which was a little weird. It starts at 18 and zooms to 10. 10 is wide though. 10 is wide. Not gonna lie. Excuse me. Hi, I do social media. Sick. Currently having a Sony ZV-E10. Should I upgrade? Tasty Bits, if you're happy with your ZV-E10 and it's getting the job done, what do you think the ZV-E10 is missing from, or what's the bottleneck that you're like, what doubts do you have of the ZV-E10? Which camera and lens are you using right now? On TikTok, I'm using a Canon R10 with a 23mm Sigma. What's your thoughts on how much I should be charging people? Said I need to because of the quality. It depends on their budget, man. It depends on what the budget. There are caps, you know. You don't want to be like too expensive for people if you're just like, but what kind of photography do you do, Bryson? Sony A1. My alarm is going off. I was like, where's that sound coming from? Sony A1 or A7 IV? A1 I'm getting used, but for better price. Which A1? I'm missing sharpness in photos. Sharpness in photo. What lens are you using? Thank you for answering, by the way. I got you, dude. I got you. Mainly sports, all kinds of them. We'll do senior photos and random photos if people ask. Okay. So these aren't for businesses. Senior photos and stuff. What does the current market in your area look like? Have you done any research? For like senior portraits and stuff like that, I'd probably charge $100 an hour with one outfit. $250 flat rate, one outfit, one location. Yeah, one outfit, one location, 1 hour, $250 for like senior photos. Homecoming, you know, that kind of stuff. If you're taking homecoming pictures of a whole group, I would probably charge the group like, you know, again, 1 hour, one location, 500, 700 if it's a group. And then within that group, you're getting couples and you're getting group photos and stuff like that. For sports games, if you can get away with like $100 for the game coverage, I think that's a good place to start, you know, because who are you selling those photos to? Are you selling it to the athletes, the parents? That's the thing, like you have a cap on selling photos to non-businesses, except for like wedding. You can charge a lot for weddings. David, thank you for the follow, David. Camera on 17 to 70. Huh. And how long have you been shooting that you're missing, that you think you're missing focus or sharpness? Bought an XT20 Fuji as my first camera. Sick. That's a good point. I know a lot of people in my area charge a lot. Yeah, so I would see what they're charging, you know, study the market, because every market's different. You know, every market's going to be different. You definitely don't want to undercut anybody, so you want to be like within 10% of what the other people are charging. But the prices that I gave you are just like what I would charge in my area. Like if somebody came up to me and said, hey, can you do my senior photo or my prom photos or my homecoming photos, I would charge the family of the kids, of the high schoolers, $250, $300, 1 hour, one location. You know what I mean? If they want multiple locations, multiple outfits changes, then the price would go up $350, $400, right around there, you know? The athletes' parents, mainly the athletes. I would still be charging like $100 for a game coverage, and then what I would deliver to the athlete was just hyper focused photos of that athlete and video, you know? Not a lot of video, but about 100 per game. And then you would deliver them like a whole collection, a whole album of photos, 20, 30 photos, you know, edited photos. I just got a Canon EOS R. Is it good? It's okay. Sean Photography, it's okay. Would you recommend the Canon 16? Yeah, I have one of those. A1 Mark 1. I would not get an A1 Mark 1. I would get the A7 V. Yeah, I'd get the newer body. Rob, thank you for the follow, Rob. Appreciate you. I'm starting to sneeze now, guys. Up and at it early today. Steven, I've been streaming, multi-streaming the TikTok and YouTube early for the past week, man. It's been pretty good. YouTube's a little quiet today. It is Sunday, though. Got it. Thanks so much. Was confused from mixed reviews. RF 28 to 70 f2 versus RF 24 to 70 for a wedding day. I would do 28 to 70 f2. That's what I have. 24 to 70 f2.8 is great though. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. It's still great. But I own the f2. It's very nice. Guys, I gotta blow my nose. Give me 1 second. My nose is starting to run for some reason. Getting me a Canon R6 Mark III on Friday. Woo, Steven, is Friday payday, bro? You gonna be broke, bro? R6 Mark III is sick, dude. You're gonna love it. It's a dream camera, dude. Dream camera. Hi, I'm thinking about getting an affordable camera for vlogging my sports journey. What's your advice? R50V, Trevin Poindexter. R50V, broski. Khalifa, this lens today you're using TikTok looks better than 45 millimeters. Thank you. I like the 45 millimeter. The 45 is a little bit more punched in, but the 45 is nice still though. What's your view on the 250D? Zero view on the 250D. Editing, braiding. I use a Canon C50. Sick, bro. Me too. Me too. You guys want to see the C50? Check it out. This is my dream camera. I bought it day one. I actually had it day zero. I had it the night before it came out. Editing Braden. Wow. Just got me an R50V last night. Sick. Rodson, no Realtor. What are you doing with it, bro? I'm assuming you're doing it for real estate stuff based off of your name. 24 to 70 or 24 to 105 F. Ooh. Between those two, I'd go for the 24 to 105 F 2.8 for sure. For sure. The 105 2.8 wins. Thank you. I'm gonna give you a follow. Appreciate you, broski. Appreciate you. What's one pocket-sized camera I should buy for a beginner with actual good quality? The Canon. Excuse me. The Canon PowerShot V1. That handle looks cool. It is cool, Vision G. It is cool. Is there a time of year or holidays that you have seen really good camera deals for Canon? I would keep an eye on them, Michelle. Go to the Canon website. If you go to Canon, if you're in the United States, you can go to Canon USA, and they'll have cameras on sales from time to time. But you know, during the holidays, of course. But they have sales all the time, like $400. It's not like a lot of sales though. Like shop deals, look. Canon deals. They have specials on lenses right now, but they'll have a couple $100 off. It's not as much as you think. It's like $200 off, $100 off. And then they're pretty transparent on their prices. So like they'll tell you, like this one right here, the R3, it'll say this one has $1,000 sale right now. But look at this, they're probably gonna be dropping an R3 Mark II this year. Yeah. Also, you can check out used prices, you know? Yeah, they have a lot of sales right here. Canon PowerShot V1, yeah. It's a new camera, it just came out, but if I were to buy a point and shoot camera, I'd buy this one. If I had unlimited money, I'd buy this guy right here. It just came out in December, I think, and it pretty much is everything you need. Do you like the Canon C50 more than the FX3? I do currently because it's newer. The FX3 Mark II is probably going to be coming out this year, so we'll have to see what that one has. I've never used an FX3, but the FX3s are legendary, dude. Do you have the 24 to 105? I don't. I don't think I'll ever own that lens. No, I will own that lens one day. The 70 to 200Z I'll never own. Any discount is a discount. Yeah, so I would just keep an eye on it, Michelle. And then just follow, if you are on YouTube or on TikTok, on YouTube, I have links in my description for these websites that I follow that may have sales, especially used. They'll have, like, I don't want to say clearance sales, but they'll have sales and discounts from time to time. Early morning, what time is it for you? For me, it is 8 a.m., 8:10. Do you use a LUT for the camera you're streaming on? No, this is straight out of camera. This is standard profile. Thank you for the follow, user 862-156-300-36111111. Is this the current camera you're using? No, the current camera that I'm using is a here we go. This is an R50 for YouTube, and then for TikTok, I'm using a Canon R10. Do you got the Nikon? I do not got that camera. Any thoughts on a DJ Osmo Nano? It's good for what it does. Pretty cool camera. I just bought my first camera. It's a Nikon D3100. No thoughts. No thoughts. Use it, bro. What are your thoughts on it? Michi. What up, Michi? I'm a beginner. Is the Canon EOS R100 R50 good? And what attachments would you suggest? What do you mean, what attachments? The R50 is good. I like the R50. Looking for a Sony A7S II. Okay. Why? Get the A7S III. It's Zen. Hello, I bought a Sony ZV-E10 II, and I'm not sure if it's good for vlog. It is good for vlogging. What can I buy for sports photos? Something cheap. What's cheap, bro? ZV-E10 would also work. Yeah, hell yeah. Carlos Romero. I have an Arri Alexa Mini. What should I buy next? You should buy a Red Raptor. A Red Raptor or a Sony Venice. I'm looking at the R5 Mark II and the R6 Mark III. Any suggestions? If you can afford the R5 Mark II, I'd probably go for the R5 Mark II. Which cheap camera for shooting music videos? R50V. R50V right here, guys. Thoughts on the Sony A7 IV for streaming camera? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Great streaming camera. Hey, I'm new into photography. Do you have any recommendations for 102? I do not. My recommendation is for you to use your cell phone until you have more saved up. Would you get a certain lens for the Canon R50? Yeah, it depends on what I'm shooting, Poindexter. Trevin Poindexter. But the lenses that I recommend, bro, you can find them on my first link in bio, and I have them all listed right here. My lenses. The way that you find this is if you go to TikTok and you go to my link in bio, my profile picture. I have them under the first link right here. And then you go to Amazon Selects, and I have lenses right here. And these are all the lenses that I recommend for the Canon R, all the Canon cameras, and some Sony lenses as well. The ones that I currently have. Let's see. 650 for a stream camera is overkill? I don't think so. I definitely don't think so. Trevin Poindexter, boss. I got you, bro. I have 3 options for hybrid Canon. Oh, YouTube is going off right now. 32 viewers. Hello, YouTube and TikTok. No, TikTok, excuse me. Yay! Over in the YouTube world, guys, I am shooting with a Canon R50 and a 16mm lens. And then TikTok, I'm using a Canon R10. The R10 is about $1,000 though. I have 3 options for hybrid. What do you think? Canon R50, Sony A6 IV, Sony L6400, or Nikon Z50? Which one should I get? I would probably do... I'd do the Canon R50. The 6400 does shoot in S-Log though. And I think the Nikon also has log footage. So if you're going to be shooting in log, appreciate you dropping knowledge. No problem, bro. No problem. Happy to help. That's what I'm here for, to try to help people make a purchasing decision, you know? That's all this is. Editing Braden. Why do people at events use camcorders like the Canon when the sensor sizes? People just like using camcorders. They like the optical zoom. You know, some of them have optical zoom, some of them have digital zoom. Hi, YouTube. Yo, what up, guys? What up? Bro, what's your opinion on the Fuji XS20? I like the Fujis. Lens suggestions for each category for the 6700 and the XT5. I mean, you can just get the holy trinity of lenses. Covers everything that you need practically. You know what I mean? Thanks for the info, brother. No problem. No problem at all. Yeah, does everybody know what the holy trinity of lenses are? Pop quiz. Pop quiz. What are the holy trinity of lenses? The first one to answer wins a ooh woo. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Close. Close. Holy trinity of lenses. Zoom lenses, more specifically. Damn, nobody knows? Nobody knows? Come on, YouTube. YouTube, you gotta know, YouTube. Holy trinity of lenses. It's 3 lenses. 3 lenses, you guys. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna just fucking end the stream if nobody gets it. Nobody. I was gonna name primes. That's all good. Yeah, you guys need to YouTube. What are the holy trinity of lenses? First person to answer wins a ooh woo. So if you guys don't know, I'll just get into it. If you guys don't know, you can just go into YouTube and type in holy trinity of lenses, and those are from any brand. They are the 15 to 35, the 24 to 70, and the 70 to 200. Those are the 3 lenses that are considered the holy trinity of lenses, and they span across all of the lens manufacturers and camera manufacturers. And you need to own at least one of these lenses, if not all 3, at some point. If you get those 3 lenses, mind you, they're all incredibly expensive because of course they are, right? If you own 1, if not 2 or 3, those are the lenses that cover everything. Pretty much everything, unless you're a plane spotter and need like 100 to 500, but that's not a lot of people. You know what I mean? Dang, I have a Canon R50 with the 18 to 45 lens recently purchased, 7200 lens. Would you recommend? I would recommend the 24 to 70. But isn't that for full frame? The same thing exists in crop sensors as well. Yeah. If you're looking for the crop sensor ones, you would just do the math, you know, to find out which ones they are. They exist. What about mine? 18. What about it, bro? Just bought an R5 Mark II. Sick. What you think is the best camera out right now? No budget. Probably the R5 Mark II, R6 Mark III, A7 IV, A7 V. Those are all great cameras. The R1 is really nice. The A1, of course, very nice. Would you go R6 Mark III or R5? R5 1 or R5 2? If it's the R5 2 ping pong, I'd go for the R5 2. If it's not, I'd go the R6 Mark III. My dad has 2 Nikon Z9s, so I got a Canon. Nice, dude. The Z9s are sick, dude. How come you didn't get a Nikon? Is full frame a necessity? No, not necessarily. This is a good question. A lot of people ask, you know, generally like, hey, do I need to get a full frame camera? I wouldn't say that you need to, you know, but I will at the exact same time. I'll speak out of both sides of my mouth. At the same time, I wouldn't go to a professional gig with an APS-C camera as my main camera. I'll go with full frame just because I like the full frame sensors more. And also I have the options too. But if all you have to create your work, do your work, especially if it's just for a hobby, and you don't get paid for it, crop sensors are great. I can tell you this also, I own more crop sensor cameras than I own full frame cameras. If you guys are curious about the cameras that I own, I have them all on a list right here underneath my cameras. I own all of these cameras here. And yeah, I definitely own more APS-C sensors than full frame sensors. What's the key difference? And many people say megapixels aren't important. Megapixels are important. Megapixels are important. Again, it depends on the kind of work that you do, man. When you're taking advice from somebody and they're talking negatively about something, keep in mind that their experience might not be yours, and the niche that they might be in might not be similar to yours. So if you're into a certain style of photo, video, or creative work, I would try to ask people for recommendations that are in the exact same niche as you. That way you can get your opinion on the type of content that they make that you want to make. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't ask a plane spotter what lenses he uses for if I want to do portraits. You know what I mean? They will, of course, have some like crossover shareable knowledge and stuff. But like, if you're asking them specifics and stuff, I would try to find, if you're a portrait photographer, I'd try to find another portrait photographer and like attach myself at the hip to them to ask them questions. You know what I mean? The XT5, will the XT5 ever make it to your list? XT5? XT5 is kind of cool, yeah. That's like the 40 megapixel one, right? Yeah. For photography, the A7C. For video, ZVE1. Yes, if you have the money, you can buy better stuff, but I'll be fine. I'm not sure what are you asking me a question there, Lucas? YouTube, good morning, YouTube. Good morning. Welcome to the party. Let's see. All right, so I asked a question over in the YouTube board. I said, what kind of content do you make? 71% of you said photo, video. 14% of you said streamer / YouTube. 14% of you said gym bro, and 0% of you said lifestyle girly. No lifestyle girlies this morning. Gym bros and lifestyle girlies, you guys need cameras too. I get it, dude. I get it. Gym bros especially. Gym bros, those guys need cameras too. They need some help with low light stuff, because they often film in like not well lit areas, you know? Do I like the FX3? I do like the FX3. You should get the SM7B for real, for real. I like this mic. Whenever I try to buy something, its next gen is rumored to drop the same year. People say the XD6 is coming in December. Yeah, that'll happen. Usually generations of camera last anywhere between 3 to 5 years. So if you're buying a camera and its age is about, we'll say 4 years, you might want to keep your ear to the ground in terms of the rumors to see when the next one is going to drop. That's not always, that's not a, a rule or anything, but you typically, that's their life cycles. What's a good camera for a beginner? R50 or R50V? Do you think phone cameras will get good enough, almost on par with modern cameras like Xiaomi? No, never. It's a physical limitation that cell phones have. They're small. They have small sensors. Was thinking about buying an FX3. Should I wait for the newer? I would wait. If I'm looking at an FX3, I'm not buying one this year. If they don't drop it this year in 2026, I don't know what the hell Sony doing. Because that camera's been out for 4 or 5 years, right? I got a Blackmagic 6K. I love it. Tell me about it, Isaiah. What kind of stuff do you shoot with it? I bought a Lumix S5. Ooh, sick, dude. That Lumix is nice. That Lumix is nice, 100%. Thanks, bro, for the content we are learning. I appreciate it, man. Before you go, make sure to drop a sub and give me a heart emoji, or tap the like. Is that a like over there? Yeah, here we go. Get a couple likes going. Yeah. Do you think DJI will release a 360? I think they already did. I think I just saw the announcements for it the other day. Domindo, thank you for the follow. Alan V, thank you for the follow. Appreciate over in TikTok. How we doing on TikTok? 22 new followers? Holy shit. Woohoo! That's crazy. Good morning, TikTok. You guys are on fire today. Hey, I'm a beginner looking to learn a DSLR. I'm planning to buy either a Nikon D30. Do it, bro. I'm from India, and many people, especially Unkas, never heard of Fuji, so they don't trust the brand and think it's a small brand. It is a smaller brand, but it's a pretty established brand. I would say in terms of units sold, how many? Let's ask Google. What camera brand sells the most cameras? Provide a list, including Fuji. Let's see what AI says. In terms of market share, that would be interesting. Ah, you guys, see, I'm not making this up, you guys. Canon. Canon is the camera brand that sells the most cameras globally. I'm telling you, man, Canon is #1. They sell the most. Position for 22 consecutive years. Wow. Here we go. Look. So Canon, very easy to see right here, guys. I don't know. I'm not sure if you guys can read this or if it's too small. Let's see. Can I zoom this in? Can you guys see this here? So top camera brands by global market share, 24 to 25. Canon has 43% of the entire global market. Fuji has 6 to 9%. Panasonic, look at this. Oh, look at this. I wasn't wrong, dude. Olympus, 2% of the market share. Ricoh has pretty small here too. Fujifilm saw significant growth in 2024, share from 6 to 9. There you go. See? Oh, this is growth. Around 43, and then they went up to 46 is what this is saying, I think. So, there you go, guys. I'm telling you, Canon is #1, and you guys don't believe me, man. Literally, Canon is #1. Sony's pretty good, though. Sony's right behind it, kind of. Canons just look fugly to me. Hey, you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth, sir. Canons are nice, dude. Fujis, though. Fujis are nice. Fujis are cool looking cameras, dude. How can you say these are ugly, bro? How can you say these are ugly, dude? These are nice, dude. These are nice cameras. Don't you say that about Canon. Yes, Canon is #1. I went Panasonic just because I wanted different. No, the Panasonics are great, dude. The Panasonic and Lumix, they gotta do something, right? And what they're doing is pretty incredible. Those Lumix cameras are freaking sick, dude. Freaking sick. I don't even know if they got a physical supplier in India and established support system. Yeah, so it depends on where you are globally too. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff matters. Because in America, Olympus, I've never seen an Olympus camera out in the wild. But if you go over to Japan or you go over to another country, that Olympus might be the brand that they use over there. You know what I mean? They look bulgy. Does the Nikon to Sony? Sorry, I missed that one. Do micro SD card fails a lot because a lot recommend camera with 2 SD card slots. I don't use micro SD cards for my actual cameras. I use micro SD for action cameras because that's what they use. But like I use full SD cards and a CF Express Type B cards. Let's see. Does the Sony to Nikon lens adapter still work? I don't know, Mike. That's a good question. That's a good question. I've never tried to adapt a first-party lens to another first-party camera. Best quality camera for streaming and photos. Quito. The R50V, bro. This is the camera, dude. This is the fucking camera right here, dude. I'm telling you, the R50V. Editing Braden, what cards do you use on the C50? I use these ones. I'll show you, actually. I have on my my storefront, guys, all of the SD cards that I use. I use Angel Bird. These are the ones that I use in my C50. Angel Bird, CF Express Type B, SD, and CF Express Type B, and I also use Lexar cards. What's in here currently? I think Lexar. Oh, Angel Bird. $512. Bro, how can you say this camera's ugly, bro? Look at this, dude. This motherfucker's sexy, bro. Bro said the A7 III is better than the ZV-E2. I did not say that. Did I say that? I don't think I said that. I went to, oh, somebody said that. I went to a Sony center and the salesperson ranted about sales. He said Sony's the best because it sells the most. And when you asked him to compare, he tried to undermine me. Yeah, it's, I mean, it's like asking a mechanic if your car needs a repair, right? It's like, yeah, they can always change the air filter on you. Is a Canon R100 good for a beginner? A Canon R100 is not good for a beginner, bro. Canon R100's a ripoff, dude. And I own a Canon R100. Better Canon R6 Mark II or Sony A7 IV for photo and video. Both those cameras are excellent, Nasid. Both of those cameras are great, dude. What camera do you currently have? I can't carry those Canons and Sony big lenses in a wedding. It's killing my back. They do get heavy, dude. They do get heavy. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. When I'm at a wedding, dude, what I do is I do those clips that go onto my shoulder straps. That's what I use to keep it up on my body instead of like swinging around. Pastor Brian. Hello, Pastor Brian. Have you ever worked in a production? I have never worked in a production company. I've worked on a production set, but I've never worked on in a production company. Does having an EVF matter a lot? For me, it does. When I take photos, I like looking through the viewfinder. But a lot of people, I'm not gonna lie, lots of people, because we're used to taking photos on our phone, don't even notice. You know what I mean? So it isn't the end all be all. But because I've taken photos for the past 7, 8 years now, I prefer to have a, what is going on with my playlist? I prefer to have a viewfinder. And when I'm using a camera that doesn't have a viewfinder, like my Sony camera, like I find myself putting the camera up to my eye. So, you know, that's just a muscle memory, I guess. Pastor Brian is asking, are there any ways to nail focus when filming yourself during using a camera that has poor autofocus? Ergo, does it have an app? If it has an app, I would use the app on your phone. Handsome Dad, what up, Handsome Dad? This live stream is so clean, I thought it was a commercial. Appreciate it, broski. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, Handsome Dad, the camera that I'm using for this is a Canon R10. Actually, I can show you guys here. I'm multi-streaming over to YouTube and TikTok. On YouTube, I'm using a Canon R50 and a Canon R10. If you guys are curious about the gear that I use, you guys can follow on TikTok. You can go to my profile page, my profile picture, and then the first link that I have in the bio will send you to my Amazon storefront, TMV Amazon Selects. And then here you guys can shop around and see I own 95% of all of this gear that you see here. I have everything segmented from my YouTube setup, my cameras, my lenses, accessories, and etc. and stuff like that. But I have everything here. The current cameras that I'm using, like I mentioned, is the R50, R10, and the R50V. The R50V is this top-down shot right here, where I can like do unboxings and stuff like that, and this has a zoom lens. When you compare it, the looks of the other brands, Canon might be the ugliest, bro. No way, bro. You're out of here. Fuji's definitely the best looking one. Fuji's a nice one. Lumix has some nice looking cameras too. But also, I'm not really too concerned with the aesthetics of the camera. You know, I want it to produce. Alfredo, thank you for the follow. Can you build an ideal setup with the XT5 along with all the accessories? Ramir, thank you for the follow. I don't own an XT5, but for an XT5, I'd probably be looking at like, excuse me, a nice pancake lens, just because that's how I would like to use a Fuji. Oh, XT5, let's see. Yeah, I would probably buy, this is a sexy camera though. Look at this, dude. What do all these numbers mean, you guys? Look at these dials. So tactile. Yeah, Fuji is a nice camera brand. 2,000 bucks. I'd probably get something like this if I had unlimited money. A Fuji film with this lens right here. 16 to 55, f2.8. Nice. Limnark. Yeah, bro, I was being facetious. I have about a $250 budget for a whole sports setup. I have $250 for a whole. Okay. Michelle Lisi, do you recommend any specific gear insurance besides regular LLC insurance? Wondering if the car pack on Canon's website is care pack. So the care pack, I buy the care pack stuff or the Canon stuff, just because in case something happens. But in terms of insurance, I have like gear insurance and business insurance in case something were to happen. But also there's the PPA, photographer, or PAA, I forget what it's called. Photographers of America, something like that. And they have for like $300, $400 a year. They have up to like 15 grand of gear insurance and also SD and memory recovery, which is kind of nice. Seth, what up, Seth? I'm planning on buying the Canon R50. Sick. Good for you. Good for you, dude. Yeah, I'm asking you to build it for me. I'm a beginner. Okay. I'm moving from the Nikon D60 and I'm probably going to get an adapter for my lenses to work on it. Sick. Good idea. For $250. For $250, bro, I have nothing for you, man. My advice for anybody that has about under 400 bucks is just to save your money. Save your money until you get about $700 to $1,000, and then that way you can get some decent stuff. At $250, I wouldn't even be wasting my money, for real. Unfortunately, that's just the truth. I've been pretty consistent on that. Like $250, if that's all the cash you got, you got to step it up a little bit. Unfortunately. Maybe not even unfortunately. Put some skin in the game, you know? Work a couple more shifts. Mow a couple extra lawns. Shovel a couple more driveways. This month, I'm on rice and beans. I personally am on rice and bean dinner all month because I'm saving up for the new DJI Pocket 4 Pro that's coming out. Should I get a Fuji film for my first camera? Hell yeah, Peter. Any zoom lens recommendations for my R10, like a lens, a one do-it-all type? Ramir, what do you shoot, bro? I like the Sigma zoom lenses. I've been saying this for a while. These are really nice. The one that I have that's my everyday carry is this guy right here. 17 to 40, f1.8. Wonder Tough. How are ya?
Hello?
How are ya? What Fujifilm do you recommend for a beginner? I've seen the XM5. XM5 is nice, dude. Sigma 24 to 70 Mark II or a 24 to 105 f4 for video, like the extra reach, but I don't know. I would get the 24-70 f2.8. Nell Siebelink. Yeah, I would get the f2.8. F4 isn't bad. I'm not going to tell you that it's bad or anything like that. But if you're asking me what I'd prefer, I would I would get the f2.8. Steph, I'm $100 away until I can afford it, but I still need another 100 for an adapter. That's okay. We'll get there. Maybe not this month, Steph. Maybe not in March, but maybe in April. You know what I mean? It just takes time. I started out in photography, guys. I started charging money for photography and product photography, what I called product photography, with a cell phone, dude. And I worked for a whole fucking year trying to save it because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I saved for a whole year before I got my first M50. Yoshiro, hello. Your suggestions of Affinity is cool, but I'm still learning on it. Oh, sick, bro. Yoshiro, can you shed some light on your experience with Affinity? For those of you guys that don't know, Affinity is it wants to be like an Adobe competitor. Affinity is free. I don't know. Maybe Yoshiro can shed some light on it. But what do you got to do to use it, Yoshiro? Just sign up? Because it's 100% free, right? If I'm not mistaken. It's a pretty advanced photo editor. Like I said, it competes with Adobe, but I don't know much about it because I've never used it. April is my birthday month, so I'm hoping if I give hints, I could get a free Yeah, that's nice. Seth, where are you, by the way? Where are you in the world? I'm in United States, Philadelphia, if anybody's curious. But I was going to suggest make sure to bookmark my accessory list, Seth. So that way you can give it to your loved ones as more aggressive hints. And say, hey, not the expensive stuff, of course, but everybody needs SD cards. Everybody needs lens filters, tripods, you know, a bunch of little gadgets, odds and ends that are more affordable. I find because, you know, during Christmas and during like Thanksgiving and stuff, I was getting a lot of questions about what that person should gift their loved one that's into photography that wasn't too expensive. So I created a list of like bags, SD cards, stuff like that, because what happens is when people try to gift photographers and videographers gifts, they often get them shitty stuff or shit that is like doesn't work for their brand, isn't compatible, you know? Newcastle, England. Got it. Over the across the pond. What's the weather like over there in England? I shoot some vlogs and also basketball on occasion, some weddings here and there. Ooh, yeah, bro, the 17-40 would be nice. If you can afford the 17-40, that's the one I would recommend. If your budget is a little bit less, this 18-50 is really nice. The 18-50 is good. 100%. Any third-party lens for the Nikon D5300? What are you trying to shoot, Yamada? Rainy. It was really sunny yesterday, but it was pissing down with rain about an hour ago. Got it. That's pretty typical over there in England, though. Lots of rain. Yeah, this 18-50. This one's nice. This one is nice. The weather has been great the last few days. Same over here as well. In Philly, it was like 70 and sunny and beautiful, no clouds in the sky, like really warm out. And then all of a sudden we took a dive and it got to like 30 degrees and it snowed. I was like, what the hell is this shit? For those of you guys joining over on YouTube, welcome in. We're just talking about cameras and I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible. I got a Sony ZV-E10. Is that a good choice? Yeah. The ZVE10 is a little bit older. The ZVE10 II is the one that I own, and they made some really nice improvements from the Mark 1 to the Mark 2. I have found a 4.5 stellar on Amazon for the R50. Nice. Nice. Yeah, the R50 is good, dude. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I think you'll love it. I think you'll love it. Did you buy it with the kit lens or did you buy it body only? Do you do analog? No, I do not. Thank you for the question. Vidari Varsun. I haven't bought it yet, but I'm gonna buy the body only. Got it. Yeah, that's what I would do as well. Buy the body only. Buy the body only and then save up for a couple lenses. If you're on a tight budget, the lens that I would get first is probably, if I'm on a budget, one of these lenses, like the 16 millimeter. This guy is really nice. It's a macro lens. It does have macro capabilities. I think it does it? Pretty sure it does. I have it right here. It has 6 inches of minimum focus distance, so you can get really close to like your subject. So if you like to take pictures of flowers and stuff, you can get really close to it. Another lens, if you're on a budget, is this one's really nice. The 28 millimeter. This one is not a macro lens though. This is the 28 millimeter. It's so tiny. And this one has a minimum focus distance of 0.75 feet. So what would that be, like 9 inches? I guess you can get pretty close, but not as close as the 16. Is that a crop sensor? What is the lens? These lenses are full frame lenses. They're full frame lenses, but they work on the R50. What do you think of the A7C2? The A7C2 is nice, bro. It's on sale at the moment, so tempting. Oh yeah, dude. How much is the sale? How much is the sale? And where are you finding it on sale? Excuse me. Whoops, A7. This is a nice price. It's expensive, but it's a nice price. $200 off. Is the R50 a crop or a full sensor? Crop sensor. R50 is a crop sensor. What do you think? It's on sale. Sandy Watermelon. What up, Sandy Watermelon? 50 millimeter, 16 or 28 or 35. If I had to choose one, out of those three, I'd choose the 35 millimeter. Tiki Taka Talk. Yeah, I would choose the 35. Swerve Life. Hot take. Sigma art lenses over G Master 9 times out of 10. Is that a hot take? It's a take. The art lenses are sick, bro. The art lenses are fucking fire, dude. 1.6, Steph. 1.6. 1.6. If you go to R50, if you go to the B&H website, you can find out some more information. Whoops. R50 is good, dude. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Ooh, it comes in white too. I wish they had more silver and white lenses though. What can I say about the C50? I own the C50 and I can say that it's a freaking beast of a camera. The monster of a, what are you planning on using it for, Pipow? Swerve Life, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. If I'm looking to get into doing some videography but can't spend more than 600, what should I get? Sandy Watermelon, I would get this camera right here. I would buy this camera. I wouldn't buy anything less than this camera right here. Especially, this is the perfect beginner videographer camera. C50 or FX3. At this point of the calendar year, I would get the C50. I have the C50. I don't tell people to get the FX3 this year until we get more definitive news about the FX3 Mark II. Do you think the Canon EOS R10 is good for basketball photography? Depends on the lens, but yeah, 100%. Well, at least it's a mirrorless, so unlike DSLR, I can actually view. Yeah. It's gonna be you're gonna be like, holy crap, this is the best camera in the world, Seth. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Can I hear your thoughts on the Sony 64 versus the ZV-E10? The 6400, I think shoots in 10-bit video. I would prefer if it's the ZV-E10-1, I'd prefer the 6400. It'll have a viewfinder. Does it have a viewfinder? I forget. Shit. Let me check. Sony 6400. It also shoots in S-Log, and if it shoots in 10-bit, it already wins. So guys, what I do is I go to bnhphoto.com, add it to the compare feature, and then hit the ZV-E10. Let's see if they even have it. ZV-E10. I want the first one. Is it this one? Basic bundle. Same megapixels, digital stabilization. I want to see its recording. They both shoot the same, 11 and 11. Yeah, this shoots in 8-bit. And I think this shoots in 10-bit, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't say... Oh, both of them shoot in 8-bit. Ooh. 422 8-bit. Does it have a viewfinder? I don't think it does. Oh, it does have a viewfinder. Yeah, so this has a viewfinder. I would choose this is an expensive camera, dude. Now, if I'm picking between the ZV-E10 II, I'd probably pick the ZV-E10 II, not the ZV-E10 I. In Australia, the A7C2 is going for 16. Ooh, that is crazy, dude. What a sale. Worth it, bro. Buy it. Kesby, what lens could I use for the R10 for basketball photography that's not too expensive? What is too expensive, Kesby? If you're on a super tight budget, what you need to do is get an EF to RF adapter and check out EF lenses. That's what I would be looking at, Kesby. Swerve Life. Are you aware of any credible teaser news on the FX3 Mark II? I just got an FX3 and I'm in love. No, bro, enjoy your FX3. Enjoy your FX3. My speculations on the FX3 Mark II is just that Sony has to do something this year. Sandy Watermelon, which camera was the one that you said was good for videography and it's not under 600, but this is the one that I would recommend for anybody that's starting in videography. R50V. By the way, if you guys are on TikTok and are curious about all of the gear that I use, you guys can find my on TikTok. If you go to my profile page right here, my profile picture, the first link in the bio leads you to my contact page, and I have my Amazon selects right there, and this will take you to all the gear that I use, recommend, personally own for my entire career. Cameras, lenses, YouTube setup, mics, SD cards, filters, tripods, bags, everything. Everything. Kesby, thank you for the follow, Kesby. Appreciate you. I recommend this camera a lot, the R50V. Let me move this over like this. There we go. YouTube, move the YouTube over. B&H, Canon. There we go. If you are on YouTube, you can find my link in bio by going to the link in the description, but also you can find it on my profile page the exact same way. Goes to the exact same spot. Bruh, which one better between the S26 and the iPhone 17 Pro Max, brother? I don't know, man. I'm a Samsung guy, so I would go for Samsung. Like 1,000. Yeah, I would be checking out the EF to RF adapter, and I would check out the Tamron 70 to 180, Kesby. So get yourself an adapter, an EF to RF adapter. That should cost you about $150, and that's just an adapter that that lets you use EF to RF adapter. Let's see, EF to RF adapter. Make sure to get the Canon one right here, $150. And then after this, Kesby, what you do is now you have all of the EF lenses available to you. So after you secure this, or at the same time, if you have it in your budget, then I would be going and checking out the Tamron 70 to 180, this lens right here. This right here is about $1,000, a little bit over. But this right here in the EF mount, do they make it for the EF? Ooh, I should check actually. I should check. They should. Oh, this one would be good. No, EF. Fuck. Yeah, you'd have to look for EF. Make sure to check for EF. Or a Sigma EF. $70 to $200. Sigma 70 to 200 f2.8 EF, $1,000. Oh, look, they have a couple available. The one available at $400. I probably wouldn't buy that one because it's probably in shitty condition. Spares and repairs, so that one's broken. Fucking assholes. This one is in excellent condition. That's what I would do. Especially if you're on a budget, guys. If you're on the RF system, you got to get a converter. Actually, I'm going to need to add that to my my cameras, lenses. So I'll add this here. Let's see. Let's change this. Let's edit. Add products. Browse history. Boom, right here. Done. Manage. I'll put this back here somewhere. There it is. Cool. Okay, thanks. I'm looking at my first setup after 10 years. My last is a Sony. Can't advise. What camera are you looking at right now? IB Nazami. I was scrolling and just seen a white R50 for 510. The white is nice. The white is nice. Guys, I gotta blow my nose again. Sorry, my nose is running. I'm leaking. Today I'm going to be making a YouTube video, and then I'm filming content. I got sent over this product from the Nothing brand, and I'm going to try to do some creative stuff today with this product. I'm thinking about doing some speed ramping on a slider. I'll be creating content that I'll be sharing on YouTube and TikTok as well, like some Instagram reels and stuff like that, short form content. And yeah, I'll be making some content around this product. Nothing has been sending me a lot of their headphones and a lot of their stuff lately, which is really a blessing. Working with brands, I work a lot with brands that send me stuff through TikTok, TikTok shop and stuff. Really cool, man. Really cool. I've been getting offers from brands that I never thought I'd ever get a chance to work with. It's crazy stuff. Nolan, what up, Nolan? Dude, thanks for the monitor recommendation a little while ago. It's beautiful for my video. Which one'd you get, bro? The Viltrox? Best lens for me, Sony 6400. The Sigma stuff, dude. You should get the Sigma stuff. Everybody that has an APS-C sensor, you guys need to be checking out the Sigma stuff. The Sigma crop sensor lenses, they are all spectacular. Yes, I got that one. Yeah, it's a decent little monitor, Nolan. It's a decent little... I have 4 of them, bro. I don't know if you can see. Can you see right here? I literally have all 4 of them stacked right here. Considering between Sony or Canon. Canon is number 1. I bought 2 and they are great. Oh yeah, bro. They are really good. What do you use the second one for, Nolan? I got 4 because I use 2 camera systems, and then I need, yep, thank you for the follow. And then I needed the other 2 so that my subject can see himself. So I got these transmitters as well. Do I have those transmitters on my list? Monitors, camera monitors. Where would that be? I need to have my monitors here. YouTube setup, is this it? Is it worth to get a used one for $570 or a new one for $750? If the used one, Seth, is from a reputable reseller, there's nothing wrong with buying used. Nothing bad, or refurbished. But make sure to buy it from like a reputable reseller. And what I mean by that is, yeah, this monitor right here, I recommend this monitor a lot. There are some newer ones at this day and age, but I've been using this monitor for the past 3-4 years. Look, dude, purchased 4 times. I'm not lying to you guys. I bought these a long time ago. Oh, 2025, not that long ago. I bought the first one a long time ago, but I bought the latest one, 2 other ones, last year. There are the Field World ones that are good too, you know. What websites do you recommend? I would probably, Seth, I would look in the UK or in England, in your area, your neck of the woods, to see what other people are using. I don't know if the websites that I recommend are US only. So I would do some investigating and seeing. So what you're looking for, Seth, really is you want a reputable reseller that has a couple of things. You need it to have a return policy, customer service, good reviews, and a warranty or a guarantee. because if anything goes wrong with this used product, you don't want any issues in returning it and getting your money back in the unlikely event that it doesn't work. You know what I mean? And if you sell from a reputable reseller, they're not going to question it because they have policies and stuff. You know what I mean? Harold, for the UK MP. Oh, MPB works in UK. Harold, are you over in the UK across the pond? JF, hey broski, what up? Any recommendations for a Canon full frame startup? The Canon R8. Canon R8 is nice. Yeah, this camera right here. Oh, actually, I got distracted. I needed to add something here. I needed to add edit. I got these wireless transmitters. What are they called? Shimbol. I made a YouTube video. Shimbol. TP Mini. That's what it's called. These things. Let's do this one here. Shimbol TP Mini. They're wireless transmitters and receiver for phones and cameras. Let's get all three of them here. Oh, it has a one with a camera. Ooh, look at that. Cool. Yeah, let's add all these for sure. Done. Cool. Let's move the Shimbol stuff out of the way. This stuff here, this stuff here. There we go. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. So check those out. Harold, have you had any experience with Wex? I hear a lot of good things about Wex. I just don't know enough about them, like, because I've never used it, obviously, to confidently say, hey. And I'll never hard recommend something that I've never tried, you know? Unless I hear it from a couple of other third-party people that say, hey, this is good, this is good. I've heard bad things, I've heard this, because there'll always be some negative experiences, right? Yeah, Wex I have used before for $400 lens. Okay, cool. Wex is good, to be fair. There you go. Yeah, so where did you see that used used Canon? I've used MPB, but I've heard good stuff about them. And they use physical stores, which is a bonus. Yeah, MPB, the only horror stories that I've really heard from reputable resellers was from KEH. And just that they lose their people's stuff. And then it takes them a while to track it back down. YouTube, what's going on, YouTube? You guys are quiet today. What's going on over there? Did I do something different today over on YouTube? I don't think so. I don't think so. On Amazon, but there is the same price on Wex, and I trust Wex more. So there you go. There you go. You know what I should do? I should check if Wex has overseas affiliate programs. Avara Media, do you have a wireless transmitter? What's the brand? Oh, it's the one that I use is a budget brand. And it works for my work, but I use these ones right here. Shimbol. I have 3 kits of these, 3 sets. I actually have one unused still. Yeah, I have one that's still packaged up. Check this out. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Shimbol. So this brand reached out to me late last year and they said, hey, do you want to try our product and you can make a video about it? I said, sure. And I liked it so much that I bought 2 more sets. And this is another set that I just haven't used. They are really, really cool. They're neat. I have to tell you though, these are not for like a production set. You know, they're not like for professional. They're for a budget. They're for budgets, you know. But yeah, I use these ones right here. And they sell a nicer one. They do sell a nicer one, but I really don't know I don't know enough about them to know the differences. This one probably has like lower latency. Oh, look, 1,000 feet. 1080p transmitter. Connect multiple devices. And what was the other one? 600 feet. Yeah, I made a YouTube video about this. Let's see, where is it? Here it is.
Reached out to me a few weeks ago and asked me if I wanted to check out these wireless transmitters out, and I said, of course. So
Yep, there it is right there. Shimbo. Let's see. Oh, this is a little sneak peek of the work, my full-time job.
next to me as my A cam, and
So this is the setup. This is where I work, where I'm interviewing an attorney. And these are the cameras that I use, and this is where I use the product.
I have a B cam set up farther away for a second angle. I can obviously see the screen and monitor the video of my A cam pretty easily because it's right next to me, but I do struggle to monitor my B cam without having to get up and interrupting the flow of the interview, which can sometimes be really problematic. Because these
That's it. That's it, guys. For $90, not bad. Yeah, exactly right, bro. For 90 bucks, I bought, like I said, I bought several sets of these. Because I was like, hey, these aren't bad. And sometimes what I do on my lives, guys, is that I transmit an actual like live footage of these things. So that way you guys can see what a camera like looks like behind the scenes. You can see all the information and stuff. People have thought it was cool. Maurice Wooten, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Used Canon R50 on Wex is about $570, which is about $7. Ooh, that's expensive, dude. How much does it cost brand new? Stream Rush, your aura is charged. Oh yeah, the I did add my another follower suggested is like, hey, you should bring back your smoke thing. And you know what? Ever since I did, my my followers on TikTok have gone up, which is interesting. That's actually a win. I want to get a wireless transmitter for car rollers, and I use like my iPad. This hooks up via HDMI. I've never used an iPad for these. So they hook up via HDMI, broski. Keep that in mind. Does your iPad have video in? If it does, you could probably get an HDMI to USB-C. I don't know, Avara Media. I'd see if anybody's done that. But yeah, this is HDMI to HDMI. Well, I mean, it has an HDMI connection. It doesn't have a USB connection. Oh, actually, you know what? In this thing that I was just looking at, bro, check this out. They actually sell from the same brand. They sell... Here we go. Look at these. These are digital ones that work on a tablet, I think. These are meant for like cell phones and shit, though. I don't know. You'd have to look at them. I have a couple of options here. Yeah, look at this image right here. There's an iPhone right there. This sends the signal from the iPhone to the monitor, though. There's a couple of options. You have to see what works for you. Let's see. Brand new is... Damn, the prices are high, Seth. Those prices are high. I'm not going to lie to you. You can see clearly what they're priced at over here, but I guess there's a higher VAT over there. Because here, for the body only, The body only is like 6 something, I think. 679 for the body only. I'll check it out. What camera you use? I use mostly Canon cameras. I have them all listed right here. These are all the cameras that I own. Mostly Canon. I own a Sony and one Fuji, and then a bunch of action cameras. I mean, I use my portable monitor because it's like DJI's transmitter has an app. Yeah. I was just saying, before you go out and do something crazy, you know, and buy something that might not work for you, always check compatibility. I'm sure you would have done it without me saying it, but I gotta say it on my end, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna come back and be like, hey, that motherfucker said this would work and it doesn't. I'll be like, oh, hold on. Avara Media, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. God bless you. Emerald Lilies. What kind of stuff do you make, Emerald Lilies? Thoughts on the Tamron 28-75 G2 is $750, a good price to pay. Is that how much it's worth? 28-75? If that's what it goes on the used market, that's what I would, you know. The market has a good way of pricing things, guys, you know, so. Oh no, bro, I got a fact check on my end too. Yeah, bro. You can't blindly trust a guy. You know, one of the things that I've been noticing of our media is that, like, my workflow and the way that I use my cameras for my like paid work and my like full-time job might be very different than what somebody else uses it, right? How they use it. One of my favorite things about working with cameras and working in this space is really all of the problem solving. Trying to make things work, you know, especially when you have a limited budget. It's like, okay, how can you do this to make this work for your situation? Like for me recently, the problem that I solved was that I really wanted to multi-stream to two different send two signals out. And I could do it using one camera, but I did not like the look of one camera cropped in two different orientations. So what I decided to do was use two cameras. And I had the problem solved to see like how I can make it work with my PC, because resources on a PC are limited, you know? And sure enough, it worked great. The thing is, the UK uses Amazon UK, but in it uses Amazon.com. Got it. In the UK, we can't see your recommendations page unless we switch to the US one. We can't buy off of that. Ah, got it. No, I was just talking about the prices though, Seth. I was just talking about the prices. The prices seem like really high. Is that the Tilta camera cart behind you? Tilta camera cart? I don't know. Oh, on the full page view? No, that's just a desk. What is it called? Just a storage shelf. It doesn't have wheels or anything. It's just over there. I have my Canon photo printer, the big guy. I have a NAS over there, and I have a drone that hasn't left that spot in like 3-4 years. I should probably sell it or give it away to somebody. No, actually I shouldn't, because drones are illegal now. Trent Baker, bro, you hit the lotto or what? What do you mean, Trent Baker? Because of all the shit that I have? No, bro, I've been accruing all this stuff through my work for 6 years now. You have so much shit. Yeah, it's all gear that I use. I always use this comparison is like, you know, if you have a friend that's a mechanic and you go to their garage and they have tons of mechanic tools and stuff, like a piece of equipment that lifts an engine out of a car. You're like, wow, you got a lot of shit, bro. I was like, yeah, but this is what I do to make money. You know, these are my tools. So I liken that to like what I do is like, these are the tools that I use to make money with, like my income, you know? It's not illegal. Yeah, these are all the cameras that I own. I do own a lot of cameras, but I like right now in this live right now, Trent Baker, thank you for the rose. In this live right now, I'm using 3 cameras. I'm using 3. Here's 2 right here, 1 and 1. And then I'm using a top-down shot for like my unboxings and stuff. And then I have some webcams over here too. There's a webcam right here. Check out this webcam, guys. This webcam right here, I can control it using, it's an AI camera. Yeah. And you guys can see, oh, this is my coffee right here. I don't think I have a zoom. I don't have a zoom feature, but yeah, this is my studio. Or not my studio, my home office. I got a bunch of shit over there. The crazy setup. Yeah, this desk over here that you see in the corner, this guy, this is where I do TikTok shop videos. I haven't done any, so right now it's a catch-all of a bunch of shit. But then here is where I do most of my my content creation. I have just found one on Wex for 550, which is 733, and it's white too. Ooh, the white one's nice. I wish that they made more white lenses for Canon, but they just don't. Unfortunately, the white camera that I do have, the Sony, this guy right here. I love this fucking thing, dude. My desk is crazy as well. My cord management is ass. I think everybody's cord management is ass. Mine, though, has been ass because this is not an excuse, but it's going to sound like one. I haven't found the perfect setup. And I change my setup all the time. So I'm always running cords everywhere. I'm like, no, I like this. No, I like this. I'm actually thinking of adding another webcam to this setup because I have tons of webcams that brands have sent out to me. And I want to put another one in that corner over there. In that corner back there, underneath that light, so that you guys can see a full view of my setup. And actually, I did create this for you guys because I was getting a lot of questions about my setup and what it looks like. And this is essentially my little office space here. So like, this is all the lights that I use. And I'll walk through this real quick. This is my desk. And right now I have 2 cameras set up right here. Boom, boom. I have a light right here. I have this light that's currently turned off. And then I got this big light here. This light here is shining that pattern on that wall. And then I got the tube light that's right behind me. And then this blue light here. And then I got that big ass light as well that's over there. You can see it. Yeah, so there's a lot of lights in here, you know. And then these are the cameras that I'm using. The R50 with the R10 and the R50V. Hello, how many photos can I take with an 8 GB SD card? Did you try? I don't know. Probably not a lot. What kind of desktops are you running? I have a custom PC. A custom PC with all custom parts. I actually have it listed here on my storefront. If you guys are nerds. When I call you guys nerds, I say that endearingly, by the way. But this is my setup right here. This gaming laptop, I use it for work. My job provided it to me. But these are the custom PC parts components that I use. Not everything is here. I guess I could add it. I could add it to my store. I could add like every little thing that I used. For the nerds. For the nerds. Who asked, bro? Should I buy a Nikon Z30 for a beginner and hybrid? You should. Seth, thanks for hanging out, Seth. I'll catch you later. I will catch you later. Actually, guys, I just hit my my time is up for the day. Appreciate everybody that joined. If you're on TikTok and haven't followed yet, please consider doing so. If you're on YouTube and haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Now is your opportunity. I am logging off. I'll be back later on. I got a bunch of content to make for my YouTube channel, so I'm going to be getting on that. I will see you guys later.